Welcome back to this Moneyball journey as we are back with Derby, Season 3, back in the Championship where it all started. Money to spend and a pre-season ahead. Where will Herb the Nerd's Rams end up by the end of this period? So, where did we leave? Season 2, we got promoted, but only out of League 1. We were in League 1. We did win the League 1, come second in that League 1. Why is it not showing this season? What? Go back. Oh, it's just ticked over. Derby, second, 101 points. 2 points behind Birmingham in the end. Only 2 points, but they still pipped us. We were massive 21 points ahead of Wigan in third place, and Portsmouth went up third team. They won the playoffs. So we are, comfortably came up. If we have a look at what is required of us this season, Vision is the one I'm looking for. Is Vision? It is Vision. End of current season. They want us to become a just go straight in mid-table. So we had an easier set of expectations last year. This year, back up where they're supposed to be. Mid-table. Championship mid-table. No fucking around. Fourth round of the FA Cup. That's a bit harsh, I think. And Carabao Cup third round. I don't really care about that. I think you go in at the third round, don't we? Or do we go in at the second? Don't care so much. Championship mid-table is what we're aiming for. I'd like to push harder. Okay, and then they just want to stay an established championship team. They're not pushing any harder at the moment. That works for me. Gives me a bit more time to work on the old team, doesn't it? So, team structure. Let's have a look at what we have, what we might need to work on, what we're going to be doing. So this is how we played the most of last season. The speedy wingers in with a big front man, Mr. Davis. And then relied heavily as well on our wing backs for getting the balls in. Strong kind of 2 centre-backs with the midfielder. We might change this. And then the 3 midfield. Our lowest performance overall were actually our midfield. Our midfield 2. So we got to look at whether we improve or change up the midfield. I like Bird, I like Knight. I quite like Dreyer. But if we could get a really, really good central midfielder, that would work well for me. I think defensively we might need to improve as well. Billick has taken 100% promotion pay rise, which was kind of a kick in the nuts. He's on 36,000 a week now. You might be like, oh, Championship, 36,000, is that bad? That's quite, yeah, it's a lot. Next highest is Keenan Davis, who scored like 40 goals last season. He's on 17,000. So I kind of hate him a little bit. He's only got 1 year left on his deal, is it? I think it's only 1 year because I was trying to extend it and he doesn't extend it. Yeah, he runs out at the end of this season. So we might have to try and flog him now because I don't like the fact he's on 36,000. He's good. We got one good season out of him. But again, if we can get a better centre back or centre midfielder, I'd take that. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to be looking for a backup goalkeeper behind Roddick. Roddick is wanted. Oh, fuck off. Behind Roddick, I think Ruse is going to go. He's 31 now. I'd rather look at another goalkeeper. I quite like, we've got Byrne and we've got Jan Valerie for the right-hand side. Don't mind that. Timon and Williams, okay. But again, if we can find another left-back, maybe we'll go there. Centre-back, definitely we'll look for some improvement. I like Glenn Rea. I quite like Harry's, but an outstanding centre-back would be awesome. And then midfield 3, I think we'll judge on who we get in. I like Knight, I like Bird, I like Dreyer, but I would take upgrades on all of them. Sibley's going back to Aston Villa because they bought him from us. Fucking hell, he's worth 25 to 30 million now. We got to make a decision on Lecco. He did have his contract extended by Birmingham for 1 more year. So his loan's going to run out here. But I did quite like him, although he had that cruciate ligament injury, so maybe he goes. Obviously, Davis up top, Ross Stewart behind him. We had Khalida, we had some other players knocking around. So it's going to be a let's just fall and see how it goes. Did I put any bids in for people? I don't think I did. Oh, I put some freebies in. Luke McCormack from AFC Wimbledon is coming in for free. I looked at quite a few freebies, and they all disappeared before they were done. There was one really good one I'll show you from Wolves, but he went to Wolves rather than me, from Arsenal's academy. So Luke McCormack, either-footed, looks right, pretty strong mentally, 24 years old. He's a freebie. He's a freebie. But again, sits in that midfield role, does much the same as what the other guys are doing in there. Jordan Williams, I've put a bid in for. That's at contract stage now. I just put him for £2 million. I got a little bit excited, I'm not going to lie. I like the fact that I was kind of looking for another centre-back / possibly a backup left-back, possibly a backup right-back. Williams is right-footed, but can play across the board. His crossing isn't bad. And the rest of his stats okay. And he did appear as in one of my Moneyball searches for someone that outperformed statistics last year or in the last couple of years. 6.97 with a couple of assists. But on his tackling and his other stats, he was Packer. It was proper Packer. And then Gabriel Oshu was free as well. I think I just got excited to put a bid in for him. Yeah, it looks like I just got excited to put a bid in for because he's free. So we've got a couple of freebies coming in. Mainly, we're going to be on the money spend. And we've got 16 million to spend. Do we ask to keep Sibley with us for one more season? Does it hurt us? 10 grand. We can afford it. Let's see. Oh, nice. So they're going to let us keep Sibley for another year. We sold him for 5 million and we're just going to loan him back for another 2. Loan him back for another 2 years. I get we're developing their player, but we don't have to play him, which is what we said last year as well. Ooh, Rotherham have put in a bid for Dreyer. I like Dreyer. But I feel like this role here or a DLP further forward is going to be such an important role for us. I feel like I need someone better than Luke Dreyer. He's there because he's got 14 passing only. He did pretty good for us. But at the same time... Oh, he transferred this by request because... Oh, yeah, he was being a little bitch. He wanted, like, loads of money, I think. Okay, let's try and get closer. Let's try and get closer to the million. 1 million, please, Rotherham. Oh, okay, they accepted that. I do kind of want to buy Matthias Perez, though. He's not even that good. He's just Argentinian. Kieran O'Dowd. I like him across the board. I like him. Is he the sort of playmaker? I'm thinking in my tactic as well of switching out and bringing the playmaker forward. Having these guys actually sit more defensively. And having the playmaker sit further forward. Because my 2 worst performing players in the team are these 2. Marcus Force, I've looked at about 17 times and he doesn't quite fit anything. He's not quick enough to play these roles for me. No. And I kind of hate Brentford because, you know, Moneyball. Scov, is this who you want us to look at? 23. Cheap. I'm hooked. Either footed. All right, now we're talking. Doesn't look that great technically. But an either footed 23-year-old Danish player. Chong, not bad. Yeah, I've had Chong before, actually. He looks all right, this guy, doesn't he? If you're thinking he's going to be either footed, we've got Sibley back. Let's compare him to Sibley, because Sibley's someone that has left our club, but we're bringing him back on loan. We're probably going to go for both inverted wingers. Oh, Sibley's younger as well. Sibley's good, isn't he? Mentally, as good, if not better, as a £30 million player. In fact, mentally, better. Taller, better. I like the idea of having taller wingers as well, because if one of them can run in and head the ball, that's just perfection. In fact, he's better than Sibley, technically. And he's either footed. And he's taller. Jakob Sorensen is back on here. He's down at 350k now. He's very cheap. And I think I like his mentals. I don't like his aggression, but he's strong. He's got pace and stamina. He's got work rate. He's got decent position and teamwork as a holding midfielder. And if I'm going to change that role up and make it a DM role, him and Bilic are the perfect guys for it. No agility, though. But we can train agility. I'm actually kind of toying with the idea of a halfback as well. Toying with the idea of a halfback and a more fluid other central midfield role. This is the play that Viking Dan had as well, isn't it? Alundalulu. If someone can tell me how to say his name, that'd be great. Right-footed, so you can play over here. 3.8 million, though. And again, is a taller player. Can head the ball as well as being quick and as well as having a bit of finishing and a bit of crossing. Inverted winger on the left behind Jizzawak. Oh, Jizzy. Where's Jizzy? Not as good on the ball. Jizzawak actually had a really good season, and I underestimated this season. And I think he's not that tall, is he? He's only 5'11". I see him as a backup up top as well. But he's just not quite tall enough. He's got the head in, he's got the jumping reach. But he could fill in for Davis as well. Because what I've got to look at as well is I've got Davis in here. I've got Ross Stewart that can plug in behind him, who's a big tall lump. He's only 26 still, actually. But if I didn't have a third in Dan, yep, this guy, Big Dan, I've got my 3 strikers sorted. Then I'm turned on by the number of 15s I'm seeing. We had a lot of money to spend. We've still got 8 million left. Next season it's going down to 6. We couldn't spend it because everyone we tried to buy went to other clubs. So we've done our best. I have spent 10 million though, saying that. We got a couple of players. Jordan Williams, I'm not so sure on that. He was an early pick. A couple of freebies. He's a centre back. I'm not sure. Sorensen, I like. He's going to do well. We got some cheap goalkeepers. Who the hell is Seb Revan? Is he a youngster? We picked up a couple of. Okay, we picked up a couple of like 20-year-olds to throw into the into our youth academy, into our B team. Big buys that are going to make a difference this season. Jakob Sorensen, a central midfielder from Norwich. Good on the defensive side. We wanted another one in there. We got Dan Indelund as a backup striker. He's not really a target man. Also, attacking player on the left, so he can fulfill both roles. I quite like the look of him. I spent a lot of money on a goalkeeper who's 19. Don't know why I did that. Other freebies boring. And then this guy, Wassim Essenoisi. Quite a lot of money. 3.5 million from Vivi Venlo. But we're hoping that, you know, he's an archetypical central midfield, young Dutch central midfielder, like Gravenberch and all the rest of them. He looks pretty good. Looks like a decent box-to-box. We're probably going to play him as a playmaker. He'll sit on the periphery this season, and hopefully he gets really good and we'll keep playing him. But he looks pretty decent considering he's 19. And worst comes to worst, we sell him for more money because we're good at that. What's he got in him? He's got a minimum fee release clause of 12 million. So, I mean, if we bring him in for free and we sell him for 12, that, my friends, is a Brucey bonus. Players going out. Graham Shinney gone. You know, missed a couple of penalties last season. Pissed me off. Ethan Robson, got him in for free. Sold him for a little bit of money. Feisty, the backup right back, was never really going to make it. Made 130k on him. That's decent. Luke Dreyer, I didn't really want to sell him. He was our playmaker in centre mid, but we changed up that role. We managed to get essentially $1 million for him because it's 500k plus 500k when he plays one game. That's good because we bought him for 0. So we made £1 million off one player. Bobby Duncan, we just got rid of. He was never going to be good enough. Malcolm Abue is on loan. He probably will need to be sold, but I love him. And Kelly Roos was our backup goalkeeper who was on a very high wage. So we sold him for some money, which is good because he's slightly older. Did mean we need to bring in another goalkeeper as backup, but we saved 16 grand in wages. So we've done well to turn around, I think. It should be a team that's strong enough to get mid-table. With transfers made, it was time for Herb's Rams to enter the championship season back where they belong. Could they get a positive result in the first game of the season at home to Millwall? And it didn't take long for the goals to start flowing. Davis getting the goal in the 16th minute to put Derby 1-0 up in this first game at home. It's fucking... I don't even know what button I pressed then. And less than 10 minutes later, Kamil Jozovic gets the second before picking up an injury just a minute later. So adding to the tally, 2-0 up against Millwall here, but an injury early in the season is not good for these Derby boys. It's a lovely start to the season here. Mid-table, easy. I think we should be aiming for playoffs. Like, just to sneak in the playoffs would be nice. First season back, sneak in the playoffs, and then that'll give us the reputation boost we need. Good FA Cup run. Birmingham are losing as well. And late on another goal. Just before half-time, a goal for Millwall, bringing the game to 2-1. And then just after half-time, another injury. Sibley out this time, with both wingers being taken out in his first game. To my 2 wingers? In the first game of the season? Fuck off, Millwall. I know, I've heard this plea that Joel Linton is now actually. And then a goal to put Derby 3-1 up. New signing, Dan Alundaloo. Was on his debut, 3-1. Put in this Derby game out of sight and showing his promise as a player. I can sub one more of you maybe. Oh my god, good save. And with 10 minutes to go, Wassim Essenoisi has been thrown onto the pitch to see what he can do. Let's get the new boy in. Herb trying out all of the new signings in this early season game. Well, they do say, you know, bit of rivalry for positions is good for players to a certain extent, and then they'll leave. Big Dan! Oh. Go on, Big Dan. Look at this. Big Dan and then Big KD. He's going on his own. Where's he going? He's got the goalie out. Oh, that was a bad pass. Oh, hello. Hello, new boy. On his left foot. Well, this team is... We're going to win the league. Blue will be eating his words. And the mighty Derby are winning the league. It's always nice. First game of the season. It's always nice. First game of the season, just a little calmer. Let's go in, get a win, do quite well, get all the shots, get all the XG, get all the goals, couple of injuries, couple of 2 injuries, not good. Settle the nerves. Settle the nerves right down. Absolutely fantastic. What? Oh, yeah, I forgot, man. This league is crazy. Wolves are in the Championship. Obviously, Derby, massive club. Leeds. There was another big one. West Ham. No, Palace. That was it. 5. Well, 4. Four big ex-Prem teams. That's the best league in the world, the Championship. And there we go, the start of the Championship season. A win for the Rams in this star-packed Championship. It's going to be a very, very tight race at the top with those big Premier League teams being in the Championship this season. And aspirations above the club's vision here. Vision is mid-table, but Herb wants to get himself into those playoffs. So we will catch up next time to see how the early season carries on. If you've enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button, and I will see you over on Twitch where you can catch this save live. Have a great day. Bye-bye.